I want to certainly appreciate all of you for being here, my colleagues who you will hear from in a few moments. Because of being here, and also the demonstration is to show not only our support and why this is important for the level of the prosperity for the ports. I want to pause for a moment for my notes and thank the Port of San Francisco for, one, opening up your home to us and allowing us to come in and have and conduct this hearing. Again, I'm very grateful for that. The success of the ports translate into a comprehensive market both nationally and globally. We need to strive to meet California's green gas house emission goals while also prioritizing the well-paying union jobs that they offer. During our first two hearings, we were educated on the nuts and bolts of the ports and goods movement in the state of California and discussing the problems the ports face, what helps keep them operating and sustainable. It was very extraordinary for me to be able to chair this, and I want to again pause and thank Speaker Anthony Rendon, Emeritus, for creating and allowing me to chair, and also for our Speaker Robert Rivas for his commitment to continuing on to having these discussions and moving this conversation out to all of you. For me, it's very gratifying that we have these kinds of very robust discussions as we move on. It is important for us to understand the perspective of each entitled that operates under the scope of this industry. Going into this hearing, we are now aware of the substantial work being done in this space and in all the partners that makes up this industry. However, for us to fully understand what it means to be committed to this meeting and also here in California and also obtaining our green gas house emission goals and objectives, we must move into today's topic to examining California's exports and how they can maintain their competitiveness. And let me underscore what I just said, their competitiveness in the global market for renewable energy. The port's efforts to move towards a renewable energies, meaning being able to maintain a competitiveness in the more efficient market space that we're in today. We as a legislature have the responsibility to working in cooperation with industry stakeholders to develop policies that will help us to obtain our goals and objectives. The ports are the economic engine. Let me underscore, and I'll repeat that just for my own edification sometime in case I miss something when I say it myself. The ports is the economic engine of the state of California. We're not disillusioned. We are very clear of thought what the ports in California means to the economic viability and the importance of where we are. California is the world's fifth largest economy. And I know that's debatable. Sometimes we're the fourth, we're the fifth, we're up there. And that's most important. This select committee and the legislature are to make impacts and meaningful legislation that we have to fully understand the supply chain and how each component can work together and reinforce each other to create a robust, sustainable economy. However, we also need to fully understand why our economy is the fifth or fourth world economy and what it takes to maintain that spot as we work to switch to renewable energy sources. Today, we will hear from representatives from our local ports, and I'm excited. California's also exports, the industry stakeholders, and other experts to inform the Select Committee on the effects and being made and maintaining the competitiveness in California exports, both domestically and internationally. I want to thank our panel. For those of you who will be part of our panel, I want to thank you in advance for being here and your attendance, which shows your commitment to where we need to go and where we are today. For those in the audience, I want to say thank you very much for being here and your commitment for staying and being part of this very robust conversation. There is a space for you on this agenda. It's during the public comment section. And I want to also say this, that we'll give 2 minutes for you to speak. And if you have further testimony, my office certainly encourage you to please write additional remarks and additional testimonies down and submit those, because we want your voice to be part of this record. And I had opportunity to speak to some of the executives a few moments ago before we started in terms of where we're going with this conversation. This is our second hearing. It is important and it's purposeful. We had our first hearing in Los Angeles with the Port of Los Angeles and all the stakeholders there. We have this hearing today, and we will accomplish the goals set out. Also, we're going to tour all 12 ports. Well, you say we got 11. Well, there's a private port. We want to include them in the conversation. We don't want to leave no one left out. And the goal is, after we complete the touring of all these ports, for us to get a very hands-on, in-depth on what's going on in terms of barriers and also our successes, we're going to chronicle all of this. And those who are watching, those who are members who cannot make it, their staffs are watching and they're taking notes, right? Taking notes. And we're going to collect those notes, and my team is going to lead that effort to collecting those notes. And from that, we're going to chronicle and create a white paper to create a roadmap in terms of where we need to go, and also acknowledging all of our accomplishments, trying to making sure that we are, a state that is moving towards our goals and objectives in terms of attainment. So we're not just having meetings just to have meetings. I don't do that. Time is too precious, and we don't have enough of it. But we are doing this with very clear thought, with goals and objectives in mind, to capture everyone's voices. And this white paper will be submitted to both houses, the Senate and the Assembly, and also go to the executive branch, to our governor, to making sure they understand the goals and objectives and the barriers.